We're back with internationally renowned psychic medium Matt Fraser, the medium with a message. And rather than do reading, which you've done some really incredible things for our audience before, we're talking about our own intuition. Does everybody have psychic ability?
Everybody has intuition, which is actually the building block of psychic ability. It's that inner voice or that inner knowing that kind of pulls us towards something or pulls us away from something when we need to use caution. And intuition works in many different ways. It's like you never ever have that experience where you just hear to call somebody that you haven't been in contact with in forever, and next thing you know you find out good news like they're having a baby or they got engaged, or maybe they haven't been feeling well, and that call to them just kind of validates what your inner voice was telling you. Or maybe just the opposite. Maybe you hear to slow down on the highway, and then next thing you see a car slide out in front of you. Your intuition is kind of just that hint or that just inner knowing that you get that just is constantly working. And the more that you listen to it and the more that you kind of pay attention to these signs and cues that you get, that's the way that you develop it. It's the way that you kind of can tap in for yourself.
Right.
Who, is it God who's sending us the intuition?
Well, basically, it's your loved ones on the other side. We all have angels and loved ones and those who have passed on who kind of watch over us and kind of give us these cues or steer us in different directions. I mean, have you ever had, and one of the things is that, have you ever had the experience where you felt your loved one around you or that you felt their presence?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've never felt it physically, but I definitely feel like there are signs, or like,
right.
You'll be thinking, I'll be maybe thinking about my dad, and his favorite song comes on the radio. So we should take that as a sign.
Absolutely. And with the holidays coming and with the seasons coming, I feel like our loved ones try to reach out to us in many different ways. And the way that they communicate with us, or the language that they use on the other side, is through signs and symbols. Maybe you're just sitting at home by yourself and you just randomly smell your grandmother's jean naté that she always used to wear, or maybe your father or your grandfather was a smoker and out of nowhere you just smell that certain cigar that he used to smoke, or maybe it's just being in the car and hearing that song on the radio. It's their way of letting you know that they're with you, that they're on the other side, that they're safe and at peace. And one of the things is that when somebody goes to the other side, is that their main job or their main focus is on promoting us, helping us here in the physical world. And what they're all about is just kind of providing us with that notion, or knowing that they're there, that they're safe and at peace, and encouraging us within our own life. It's all about change, growth, and connection.
So what about people who are really grieving right now? The holidays, if you've lost someone recently, or even it was a long time ago, can bring up a lot of grief for people. So how do people use what you're talking about to get over the sadness and the grief?
Well, one of the first things you have to know is that even if you didn't get to say goodbye to a loved one, or even if you had that inner notion, because a lot of people, sometimes they feel, is my loved one mad at me? Are they upset with me? Is there something that I could have done differently? Was there something more that I could have done? And the answer is that they want you to know that now that they're on the other side, they are at peace. When somebody transitions to the other side, they let go of all the anger, all the grudges. It's absolute peace there. And the fact that, once you realize that they're in peace, that you should be receiving that same peace for yourself, knowing that they're safe, knowing that they're okay, knowing that they're not disappointed with you here in this world, that there was nothing more that you could have done. And it's important to accept that. And it's important for it to start new change within your life as well, and to go and spend a lot of time with friends, with family members, creating goals for yourself, especially with the new year coming and fast approaching. It's really important to start thinking about the future instead of living in the past, and knowing that your loved one is with you on the other side, supporting you, guiding you, and that they do come in through certain times of the year and through certain times within your life, just to kind of drop by with a sign and a symbol to kind of give you a hello from heaven and let you know that they're with you.
Yeah, what's interesting is I see a lot of people that they mourn and they say, oh no, I couldn't date, or I couldn't possibly step out, but they wouldn't want that. No, they would absolutely want you to find continued happiness here on Earth, despite the fact that someone else has moved on. Right,
exactly. Just because their life here in the physical world is done doesn't mean that your life has to be done because of the fact that a loved one had passed or they transitioned. And it's important to realize that death isn't the end. It's a transition, from here into the afterlife, into, paradise. Down here on earth is the classroom where we learn all of our lessons, and we learn, to better ourselves and, to create positivity within our own life, and most of all, helping others. One of the most frequent messages that I hear from the other side is just about kindness. Be kinder to one another, because, everybody that we meet, everyone's, dealing with their own battles and their own challenges within life. And we're all here, to support one another, to be there for one another, and it's a really important, to show that same support. I mean, it starts a chain reaction. The minute that you start being kind to somebody else, so that you say something positive, you just see people light up.
They light up.
Karen and I have been married in a previous life. Do you see us getting married in a future life?
Maybe when you get to the other side.
Honey,
I'll be waiting for the bells. I hope I have a
can use your
long ride
intuition
here.
on that one.
And you're going to be going to Derby, Connecticut. We're going to have a dinner event January 8th,
Well,
6 to 8.
Nope, that's actually, we're going to be at Foxwoods Resort Casino. We actually do have
Derby,
this event.
you have January 8th, Derby, and Fox is January 25th, right?
Well, yeah, I do have that coming up.
See?
See, you knew things I
I'm
did.
psychic. We knew.
You're psychic. We know you.
You know why? Because I was just there last night as well in Derby, Connecticut. Great event. But also I have classes that are coming up as well. So if you're looking to develop your own intuition or your own psychic ability, there's new classes that I just launched on my website to kind of help people connect.
We'll have
And
a link on betterct.com.
and anyone can attend.